Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. Do me a favor, if you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. Right now, I'm at 600 plus subscribers. A lot more than I thought this channel would ever get. And I just want to say a big thanks to every one of you guys that have clicked on this video. Those of you that are other channels or regular subscribers and just people that are watching these videos, I just want to say truly thank you. I do really appreciate it, and as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making these videos. But with that said, today's video, I want to show you guys my handheld collection. As I get older, it's a lot harder for me to sit just married to a TV. It's not something that's very common. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have the same problem. You're busy with life. You don't have a lot of time to sit at a TV every day. It's just, weekends, whatever, you get some time here, there. Yeah, that's fine. But it's not like something you can do all the time. That's where, for me, I do a ton of handheld gaming. I bring my Nintendo Switch, Game Boys, PlayStation Vita, whatever, DS's, something comes with me anywhere I go. I pretty much always have a handheld with me. If I go on a trip, I have a handheld, sometimes two. If I go to work, I have a handheld, sometimes two. Doctor's appointment, you guessed it, I got a handheld then even. I might be sitting in the waiting room playing the Nintendo Switch while I'm waiting to get blood drawn or to see my doctor. Pretty weird, but that's what I do. It's just little bits of time that I get, and I want to, have that time to get further in some of these games because I enjoy playing them. But I want to show you guys my handheld game console collection. Over the years, it's been growing. It's been growing actually a lot quicker in the last probably year and a half. I just really like handheld gaming, and it seems like I keep playing more and more handhelds, more almost than just playing my consoles. But I can't wait to show you guys the collection that I have so far, so stick with me and let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first console I'm going to show you is my original Game Boy. The OG Game Boy. This thing is in amazing shape, and I didn't even know I still had this until a few years ago. I found this in some of my just personal stuff that I had pretty much stored in a closet for years. It was actually in an original Game Boy carrying case, and when I pulled it out, I was blown away. And there was all these games. There was I think another Game Boy that was all beat up. I couldn't even believe it. I had accessories. I was like, wow, this is absolutely awesome. I cleaned all this stuff up, cleaned the games up, tried it out with some new batteries, and to my shock, this thing worked like a dream. And here it is running. Looks great. It's just amazing that this thing is still with me all these years. I just can't believe it. So this is basically a launch Tetris from '89. So pretty awesome, guys, pretty awesome. So this one definitely has a lot of meaning to me personally. So I'm really happy that I have this one, believe me. And I still can't get over the shape that thing's in. Have other ones playing music here. But here I got a Game Boy Color. This one I got in the late 90s. I was actually at work. I worked at a department store in sporting goods, and they had a electronics straight across the store from me that I would stare at. And when I was really bored on my break, I went over there and I bought a Game Boy Color, and I bought Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, and just started playing some Zelda. And pretty excited. I still have this thing, and I still have my originals Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons games. This is actually one of them right here that I have in. The battery still works. It's crazy. Super cool that, this thing still holds a save after all these years. Because let's face it, it's been 20 some years now. So super cool, man. I mean, these things definitely were built to last because they hold up. I'll tell you. I mean, they may look a little dated because they didn't have colored, backlit colored screens and stuff, or front lit at that time. But still, I mean, maybe that's part of the reason they held up so good, because they're somewhat primitive in a way, but not super primitive because they play games, And then next here, I got a Game Boy Advance. Now this is something I got newer. I actually got this for $3 in one of my pickups, and the guy, he practically was giving it to me. He just put some batteries in and said, "Hey, it turns on, it works," and I was like, "It does?" And he turned it on, and I was like, "Wow, okay, yeah, $3, I'll take it." Because I could do whatever with this thing. I could, reskin it, put a different screen in it if I want. So pretty cool. $3 just really didn't hurt my pocket at all. And I mean, it actually plays great. I was surprised. So I got some Link to the Past in here with Four Swords Adventure. So pretty sweet. I really like the Game Boy Advance. I love the games on that you can play on them. And then I got a Game Boy SP that a buddy of mine from work gave me for modding his Super NES Classic. So I thought that was really cool. And right now I have Pokemon Emerald version in here. So pretty sweet. I like how they at least put a front light on this one. I mean, it's not backlit, even though they do have that version, but still it's cool that they finally put a light in a Game Boy. So pretty awesome stuff. This thing still looks really good. The screen is a good size for how little the handheld is, especially compared to like a Game Boy Color. The screen is quite a bit bigger. So there was some improvements there, but still the same basic concept of a Game Boy, and Game Boy Color. So it's pretty cool with this design. I like how they did this because it reminds me so much of an original Game Boy, just with some added features. And just recently in one of my pickups video, I picked up this guy right here. And this is a DS Lite. This is like a rose gold color. This thing is in amazing condition. I couldn't not pick it up just because it was just amazing that everything was in such good shape for the age of this and being everything original. There was like almost no scratches on this screen, and I'll tell you what, this thing even has the original Game Boy Advance cover that slides in here, and these things are usually missing, and these screens are usually hammered unless they've been changed out. So pretty amazing. But I was really looking for one of these because I wanted a backlit screen to play Game Boy Advance games on, because I've been playing a lot of Game Boy Advance games lately, and I was in the market for this. I seen it. It was in such good shape. I couldn't walk away. So now I can play The Legend of Zelda Minish Caps, or Link to the Past, or Four Swords Adventure on this bright screen. And I like how you can put it on the bottom or the top screen. I thought that was like a pretty awesome feature that they have with the DS Lite. Plus you can play DS games, so I can play Phantom Hourglass on here, or Spirit Tracks, or just whatever. I mean, they have tons of games. They got some 64 games and stuff, like Mario 64 for the DS. Absolutely awesome. So I'm really happy to have added this recently to my collection. And then getting into more modern handhelds. I could pretty much consider those mostly retro handhelds. Now, I'm going to start off with the PlayStation Vita that I currently got. I originally had a PlayStation Vita. I got it about a month after launch. I bought it for Uncharted, Golden Abyss. I winded up getting PlayStation All-Stars soon after, and Mortal Kombat 9, I believe it was at the time. But I winded up selling it because I had some health issues and I needed some quick cash. Had to buy groceries and stuff, probably help pay on a water bill or something like that. So it had to go. So yeah, it always stung real bad that I had to do that, but sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do. But it's nice because now I have two of them. I got them back, and I winded up picking this one up first. This is a Japanese white one. This thing looks amazing. The guy I got this from, really nice guy. If he watches this, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm really happy that I got this from you. He really took care of this thing. I mean, it is in amazing shape, and I'll definitely be taking care of it as well. As you can see, I mean, it's clean. There's like no scratches or scuffs on this thing, and it just plays fantastic. I do really like this like slim model, I guess you would say, the revision that they had, this 2000 model. This thing feels absolutely great in your hands. It's super light. You know, it does have a really good screen, and I like how they made the screen just feel, I don't know if they made it feel almost bigger or something, even though it's not. But yeah, this thing is absolutely fantastic. The screens on these look amazing. I mean, they're just super comfortable in your hands. See, right now, the last thing I was playing on here was Injustice, Gods Among Us. I've just got an update, I guess, since the last time I played it. Some bugs have been fixed. Wow, that's good. But yeah, that's a fantastic game. But yeah, this thing looks absolutely awesome. So I'm really happy that I have this one. And I have been on quite a Vita kick lately. And I really wanted the original model that I originally had. So I had to go pick it up. And let's face it, this one has the OLED screen, and this screen looks absolutely amazing. I just love the screen on this thing. And this one that I found is in excellent condition. I couldn't believe how good it was. It had a couple very, very minor scratches on it. But, I mean, I don't think you could have asked for a cleaner console that's this old at this point. I mean, same thing. You find these all scratched up on the back. So to find one in this good a shape, I couldn't turn it down. I was absolutely amazed and was like, man, I'm walking out with this one. But really fun game too. Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins, a PSP game, but I had to download it on here because it's awesome. So really, really happy to have these PlayStation Vitas. I've been having a ton of fun with these lately. And then we get into my 3DSs. I have the Galaxy style, I think that's what they call this one. The Galaxy style 3DS XL. And I do really like these handhelds. I think they are a ton of fun. And they have a huge screen. I mean, I do really like the 3D feature as well. I do use that pretty much all the time when I play with this thing. I usually have it cranked up, but I do play games on it too that don't use the feature, but I absolutely love these systems. And as you can see, this thing is I keep all these systems and try to keep them in the best shape I can. But I really like the design on this. The purple looks really cool. And this is the one that my kids play on, my daughter mostly. But absolutely love these 3DSs. And it kind of stinks that, that Nintendo isn't really doing much with it anymore. I do understand, but they haven't stopped producing them, I guess. So it's like, make a couple games. Come on, Nintendo. But right here, then I have my black one, and this is the one that I primarily play on. And you know, this thing stays in a case when I'm not playing it. Like I said, I try to take care of all my stuff, and I absolutely love this thing. Now this, like I said, is the one I play on. And turn it down here. I was playing Super Princess Peach. That was a game I recently got. Really cool platformer, and I think the only game that you can play is Peach. I actually watched the completionist play this, and then when I was out looking at games, I actually seen it and was like, man, I'm picking that one up because it was a cool looking game. So happy to have that, and I mean, it looks awesome on this huge screen because, like, let's face it, when you have both of these screens one on top of the other, that is quite a bit of screen real estate there. It's actually shocking that, you know, there is so much. I can kind of see why Nintendo didn't have like a high-res screen, because if they had two that big, it would be really expensive. But really cool system. I really like the 3DS XLs, and I'm still collecting very heavily for these. Anytime I see a game that I'm just like, you know, haven't seen or something I've been looking for, I'm all over it. You know, I like the way that they did that too, where they kind of made it, you know, right down the screen. I mean, this is a DS game running on here, but I mean, it just looks so cool on the bigger screen. Because I could put it on the DS Lite and it'll look good on there too, but just something about these huge screens are just amazing. They're almost as big as each other, especially too, like on this one, it's not using the full part of the top screen, so it's making it all just one long screen kinda, and I really like how they do that. But definitely an awesome handheld, and I think I think all these are gonna really live on. And I got one that I don't really play on. This pretty much was a gift to myself, and that is my new 2DS XL, the Hyrule Shield Edition. I absolutely love this. You know, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a huge Zelda fan, so I had to have this. This thing looks amazing, absolutely amazing. And you know, I have played on this thing. I really do like the design of these. I think the way that they rounded the corners and they kind of rounded the triggers a little bit, they just feel so good. This came with Link Between Worlds actually installed on it, and that is a fantastic game. I actually have like, now I think with this I have like 3 copies of the game, or 4 copies, something stupid. But yeah, it's absolutely awesome. So really happy that I winded up picking this up, because things like this, they're not something you're gonna get for a long time. I mean, if you want to get them now, you're gonna pay for it, that's for sure. So really happy I got this when I did. And then that brings me to my Nintendo Switch collection. I absolutely love the Nintendo Switch. It's just such an awesome console. I always like Nintendo consoles, so to have one with such a gorgeous screen and to be able to play HD games in handheld and then just swap them right into the TV just effortlessly, that was awesome and great idea for Nintendo, and that's why it's selling. But right here I have my first one. This was actually a gray Joy-Con one that I had. This one primarily my kids play. It pretty much stays up in my living room for them to play at all times, because my son loves playing on this thing. He is always on this thing. But I don't mind. I winded up pretty much handing this one down to them, because soon after that I picked up a colored one with the colored Joy-Cons, even though I winded up getting colored ones for this anyway. I have a bunch of Joy-Cons, but I winded up picking this one up, which was the second one that I winded up owning. I probably got this roughly 3 months after the first launch one, because I got the other one on launch day. Like I said, I got this one about 3 months later, and this was the red and the blue Joy-Con. and I switch them up all the time. I just have had red on this one for a little while. And the one thing that's different about this is the kickstand. I changed out the kickstand to this Nyko kickstand. It's metal, and it's not gonna pop off at all. I mean, this thing is sturdy. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much still the just same old kickstand, but it's way more sturdy, and it's not gonna pop off. I don't play in tabletop mode very often, but if I did, it's just nice to have a feature that isn't going to pop off, because let's face it, the one that came on there, not very sturdy. And I just love this thing. I put so much time on this Switch right here. Actually, both of them, but this one I played on longer because I gave that one pretty much to my kids, but this one has seen a lot. And then when the Nintendo Switch got a refresh, we got the version 2. And right here is my version 2 Nintendo Switch. This one originally was the red and the blue, and I swapped these Joy-Cons out too. Currently I have the blue and the green on. I pretty much left it like this for a little while. This one I still have the original kickstand on it. I haven't really planned on changing it. This one feels a hair more sturdy. I doubt that it is, but this one is awesome that it has the extended battery life. I absolutely love that. And it's a shame that they couldn't do that from the beginning, but you know, things happen. But I'm glad that they at least came out with a refresh, and now I can't wait to get this Nintendo Switch Pro when that comes out. But absolutely love the Nintendo Switch. And then that leads to this guy right here, the Nintendo Switch Lite. These are great little handheld only systems. They feel absolutely great in your hands. And you know, the thing of it is, I can't say that I just play the Lite in handheld, because I play all of them. I rotate them. I'll take this one to work. I'll take a Vita to work. I'll take my older Switch to work. I'll take my newer version 2 to work, wherever. It doesn't matter. I just grab whatever one I feel like maybe has a certain game saved on it, or whatever. Whatever game I have in a certain one, I'll just pick that one up. So just really cool. I pretty much accepted that I just really like the Switch, and have been somewhat just collecting the different versions at this point. These things are absolutely amazing looking. I mean, not quite the high quality of something like the Vita, but still, they're definitely a cool little handheld, and I really do like them. I really like the game library on there too. And the last one I got here is my newest Nintendo Switch Lite, and that is the Pokemon edition. And this thing is absolutely awesome looking. I love the gray, and I love the back of it. I don't know how good it picks up on the camera, but it's just super cool. And I really hope Nintendo does more with these special edition versions of Switch Lites and Nintendo Switches. I hope that they do a Breath of the Wild 2-1. Oh God, if they do that, I'm definitely picking that up. That's a definite. But I really like these, additions that they have done. I hope they do more. I really do like the Nintendo Switch Lite. Just super comfortable console. I mean, absolutely amazing. And they just feel so good in your hand, and they're fun to play. I just love being able to take them on the go. And, they do have a really nice screen on them, but I'm looking forward to the updated Switch Pro. Who knows when we'll see that? I'm assuming we're going to get it this year, probably sooner than later, but only time will tell. But what do you guys think of the handheld collection? Which handheld do you prefer to play on? Like I said, there's been a lot, and there's ones I don't have. My buddy Steve Craig just did a Neo Geo Pocket video collection, which was awesome, and that made me think about showing off my handhelds. I don't have a Neo Geo Pocket, but that doesn't mean that I might not always have one. I'm definitely looking into them because they look awesome. I do like the little clicky thumbstick that it has. That is super cool. So who knows, I could be doing another video like this with some added ones in the future. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. Like I said, I try to put content out like this as much as I can. But that's the video, guys. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one.